to a fresh episode of Kiddies Word with Lola, a fun, inspiring, and educating children program that shows right here on Western Spring Television, Channel 190 DTT. This is Lola, and this is me saying, how are you? How is your family? Hope you're fine. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're bubbling just like Lola. As you can see, I give God praise. I am grateful because I'm healthy, I'm fine, and I am well. Thank you for joining today's fresh episode of Kiddies Word with Lola. And like you know, on this educating, fun, and inspiring children and teenagers program, Kiddies Word with Lola, we have interesting segments that will stay you glued to your TV set. This segment will inspire you and will also educate you. Yes, segments like the teaching segment where we'll learn various topics relating to life. And today is special because we will be celebrating the boy child. Put your hands together for all the boys in the world. Yes, we're celebrating the boys because they are the heroes. They are the leaders. They are special. They are amazing. And so if you're a boy and you're watching right now, I want you to celebrate yourself and put your hands together for yourself. Yes, everybody have a boy. A boy is a man tomorrow. A boy is a father tomorrow. A boy is a priest tomorrow. Okay, so we're celebrating the boy child on today's episode of Kiddies Word with Lola, and that we're going to do in a very special way. Yes, we're going to be having the boys interview today. And look, aside the fact that we all know that Johnny tells story on this show, but today is a special episode because we're going to have a boy tell a story today on the show. Yes. So after that, we're also going to be having a heart-to-heart conversation with boys on the show today. Yes, it's going to be very, very educated, and I don't want you to miss any part of today's show. Also, I have a friend that will be joining me in that conversation with the boys, and we're going to be talking about sensitive things and, heart-to-heart matters relating to boys. So you don't want to miss today's episode of Kiddies Word with Lola. You know we don't end our show without games. So today's game will be boys' game as well. And trust me, it's going to be fun. So if you're watching right now, ensure that you fasten your seat belts because this jet is about to just fly. It's Kiddies Word with Lola. We will be right back.
Nigeria is one of the few places on earth where you can still find gorillas. Thousands of tourists come to see them in countries like Rwanda and Uganda every year, creating jobs and generating millions of dollars. But in Nigeria, our gorillas are threatened by habitat loss and traps set for illegal bushmeat. But we can earn money from gorilla tourism if we protect them. Please say no to illegal bushmeat, because protecting nature protects us all.
Born Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi on March 6, 1909, Obafemi Awolowo was a prime architect of Nigeria's independence and most consummate advocate of free education and social welfare in Africa's most populous nation. Erudite politician, thinker and philosopher, Awo was fondly addressed by associates and political colleagues, brought his unique attributes to bear on governance in the defunct Western region. He administered as leader of government business and the premier between 1955 and 1958. Obafemi Awolowo's premiership witnessed pioneering in multi-sectoral policy initiatives and execution. The Western region under his administration paraded several enviable records. First television station in Africa, first real estate in Nigeria, first high-rise building in Nigeria, first modern sports stadium in Nigeria, first agricultural settlement in Nigeria, first modern civil service secretariat in Nigeria, and first industrial estate in Nigeria. His face is on 100 naira denomination as a mark of honor for his distinguished services to his country. Western Spring Television identifies Obafemi Awolowo as a major character in history.
Our music is gaining popularity across the world, but we are losing our wildlife here at home. Pangolins are threatened by the illegal bushmeat trade. They are sold and consumed in our cities, and their scales are used for traditional medicines. Just as we have preserved our culture, let us protect our pangolins. Let us say no to illegal bushmeat, because protecting nature protects us all.
Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela was an anti-apartheid activist who gave his all for the elimination of what has been described as the world's most vicious rule of the unjust and man's inhumanity against man. He was born July 18, 1918 in Mvezo, South Africa. Educated and trained as a successful legal practitioner, he took up the gauntlet of a human activist against segregation by the minority white supremacist in South Africa. At the climax of his trial for treason, orchestrated by the minority South African government, the great crusader for democratic equality was prepared to pay the supreme sacrifice to establish majority rule in his native land. He told white jurists that if achieving freedom for his people was worth his life, he was prepared to die. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in Robben Island, described as the most notorious prison in the world. It was from this same prison that he came out as a free man to assume office as South Africa's first black president in 1994. Western Spring Television identifies Nelson Mandela as a watershed character in history.
Yes, you're welcome back. This is Kiddies World with Lola. And of course, the show is just about to begin. In case you're just joining us, it's okay. You're not late. So today I have a wonderful boy in the studio with me. Remember, I said earlier that we're celebrating the boy child. Yes, just like the rest of the word is. And so I have a handsome, cute boy in the studio who will be telling us story today. Hello, how are you? Hey, look at your face. Look at me. Whoa, see you. All right then. So tell everyone your name.
I am Arauye Testament.
Arauye Testament. How old is Arauye Testament?
I'll be 11 this year.
Whoa, that's a big boy right there. Okay, Arauye Testament is 11 years old and he's going to be telling us a story today. Okay, so Arauye Testament, you have the floor. Tell us a story we want to learn.
The name of my story. The title of my story is Tade and the Coat of Many Colors.
Tade, children, I hope you're listening. Tade and the Coat of Many Colors. Okay.
There was a boy named Tade. He was an orphan. So his aunt now had to be the one taking care of him. His aunt will now have to serve as his parent. So they were now maltreating him. The husband and the wife, they were maltreating him. And there was a day that they didn't give him any food. They now gave their child food until their child grows very fat, very fat.
Wow.
So there was a day, an examination day, a promotion examination. So if you pass the examination, you'll be given a scholarship.
Wow.
So there was the day. The parents did not wash Tade's clothes. So he was crying and he pulled his clothes from the water and he just wore it like that to school. So there was a man standing by the gate of his school. Told him that, why are you crying? Tade told him that I am late for my examination. So the man now asked for his parents. He now told him that he's living with his aunt. So the man now pitied him so much that he allowed him to enter the examination. Fortunately, he passed and he got the scholarship. So the man, not knowing that he was the governor's son, so the governor's son now adopted him to be his son.
Ah, that's a very good story. Oh, all right. So, like what I can coin from your story is never to give up. Because imagine if Tade had given up that, okay, because my uniform is soaked in the water, I will not go and write my exam. You know, a child might just feel like, I cannot go because if I go, they may send me back. But he still went ahead and wore that wet school uniform like that. And got so good, he was pitied by that man at the gate. Sometimes as children, we seem to easily give up on our dreams, give up on the things that we have so desired to do, just because we find something that is stopping us or a barrier on the way. We should not give up easily, so that when we make an attempt to try harder, we can be lucky as well, just like Tade. And I'm not sure Tade knew that that was the governor's son he was talking to at the gate, right? Never knew. And see, he was able to get that long because he didn't. That story for me, what I learned in that story is never to give up. Even if you have beautiful visions, beautiful, life ahead of you, but you give up before you get to that point, then there will be nothing to show for your living. So as a child, don't give up. Have you planned that, oh, in this new session, maybe at the beginning of this academic session, you plan that, hey, you're going to be the first every term in your class. And maybe for some reason you could not meet up with that goal as the first in your class, first term, the first in your class, second term. Don't give up. This is still third term. You can still make something good out of life. And another thing that caught my attention in your story is the fact that Tade was an orphan. He didn't have a father, he didn't have a mother. In fact, he was maltreated by his aunt that he was living with. But some that could have made some children to start stealing, start, doing bad things in the school or in the environment where they live. But I don't think Tade was a child like that, was he? No. So that you face a difficulty as a child, or you probably live in a place where you think you should be better, does not mean you should start doing bad things. You should not be stealing because you don't have money to buy things or there's nobody to give you money to buy what you need. You shouldn't resolve into stealing. If he had been doing bad things, I'm sure that he won't be lucky enough to now meet somebody that will give him scholarship to study and even be living with such a person, an influential person for that matter. So children, do not give up no matter the challenges that you face. Always know that tomorrow has better things. Thank you so much for that story. And I do hope that anytime we call you to tell us story again, you'll be more than willing to tell us another beautiful story. Will you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And we will be back in no time for that hearty heartfelt conversation in celebration of International Boy Child's Day. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Our economy, films, and music are well known throughout Africa. But when our wildlife is in crisis, it is bad for our reputation. We are losing our lions, elephants, and gorillas. But Nigeria can change that if we say no to illegal bushmeat and report wildlife crime. Because poaching steals from us all.
Ahmadu Bello, a Prince Royal, was born 6th of December 1910 at Raba Village, Sokoto, northwestern Nigeria. His father was a district head and heir apparent to the Sultanate throne from the house of Usmanu Danfodio, a religious and social reformer who brought the Habib dynasty under the Fulani Caliphate in the beginning of the 19th century. Ahmadu Bello raised the bar of political consciousness in participation when, in 1944, he engineered the establishment of the Northern People's Congress (NPC) as the first political party in northern Nigeria and the rallying point for politicians in the region before independence. History will not forget Ahmadu Bello for his charisma and political sagacity, which provided easy passage for his kinsmen to assume political and administrative positions in Nigeria's post-independence era. The distinguished elder statesman and Sardauna of Sokoto has his face on his country's 200 naira currency as a mark of honor to one of the architects of Nigeria's independence. Western Spring Television identifies Ahmadu Bello as a watershed character in history.
Nigeria once had giraffes, rhinos, and cheetahs, but we have lost this iconic species. And we may lose our lions, elephants, and gorillas too. Be iconic and join me to protect our wildlife. Report wildlife crime and say no to illegal bushmeat, because poaching steals from us all.
Born Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi on March 6, 1909, Obafemi Awolowo was a prime architect of Nigeria's independence and most consummate advocate of free education and social welfare in Africa's most populous nation. Erudite politician, thinker and philosopher, Awo was fondly addressed by associates and political colleagues, brought his unique attributes to bear on governance in the defunct Western region. He administered as leader of government business and the premier between 1955 and 1958. Obafemi Awolowo's premiership witnessed pioneering in multi-sectoral policy initiatives and execution. The Western region under his administration paraded several enviable records. First television station in Africa, first real estate in Nigeria, first high-rise building in Nigeria, first modern sports stadium in Nigeria, first
Yes, thank you so much. It's still Kiddies Word with Lola, and we are back. Don't forget, I said today's show is about celebrating the boys. Yes, we have lots of celebration for girls, for mothers, and today we're celebrating the boy child. Yes, Every boy child, you're celebrated. I want you to know that you are loved, you're valued, and you are honored. Okay? So, right about now, it's time to have a heart to heart conversation with our boys. You can see them sitting pretty right beside me today. So, they're going to be introducing themselves to you. We want to know their names, maybe their class, okay? And their age, if they don't mind, because I know sometimes boys wants to be boys and you're like, oh, I don't want to tell my age. But I think girls do that a lot, right? So yes, I have them right here and we'll love to meet you one after the other. And of course, I've got Mandy Candy on the show with me. I mean, she's into boys. She loves boys. And so she's an advocate for boy child. Oh, Mandy Candy, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, so we want our guests to introduce themselves this morning. Would that be all right? Go ahead.
My name is Izde. I am 11 years old.
Israel what? We need to say our surname.
Oyelami Izde.
Oyelami Israel. How old is Israel?
I am 11 years old.
And in what class?
JS2.
11 years old and in JSS2. Yes, next.
I am Araye Testament.
Araoye Testament. How old are you?
I'll be 11 this year.
And you are in what class?
I'm in JS2.
JSS2. Okay, good one. Then, yes, next.
My name is Audra Tokwe.
What Tokwe? Okay, how old are you, Tokwe?
I am 10 years old.
What class?
JS1.
All right, then. So we have our boys in junior secondary school. Now, let me ask you, boys, how are you? How is life? You know, boys, they're all looking gentle. Well, our boy is always gentle. Let's start from there. Because the way you are looking right now is you're looking like, gentle boys. So, will you say you're a gentle boy?
Not much.
Use the microphone,
Not
please.
much of a gentle boy.
Hey, okay. What about you?
I am an extrovert.
Hey, meaning that he talks a lot. I love that. Thank you for admitting it. Okay, yes. What about you?
I'm not more gentle, much.
Not that gentle, but you're
Yes.
gentle. That's all right. It's not a criteria to say whether you're good or bad. You know, I just wanted to know that side of you that, oh, will you say you're gentle or not? Now, let's talk about International Day for the Boy Child. How do you feel knowing that you have a day that you are celebrated as a boy child? How do you feel? Yes.
I feel very happy.
Okay, that's good to know. What about you? How do you feel hearing everybody in the world celebrating boy child?
I feel supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey! Put your hands together for him. Now, since he has given such a long and big vocabulary, he might as well tell us the meaning of that supercalifragilistic. Okay, so what does it mean? Oh?
It means fantastic.
Fantastic. In a simple word, fantastic. Can you say that word again? Super what?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey, wonderful. Put your hands together for testament. Okay, so he said he feels fantastic knowing that boys are celebrated. How about you, Tuatokwe?
I feel great knowing that it's a day that we are meant to be celebrated.
Oh, that's a beautiful word. Put your hands together for them all. Okay, so now let's talk about boys. Now, Mandy Candy, I'd like you to speak on this firstly. And then I'll now ask the children, the boys actually. I'll ask the boys. There is this thing about boys and cry. I've heard many people say boys are not meant to cry. Let me hold your thoughts and hear from the boys themselves. What do you think about that phrase? Boys, why are you crying? Boys are not supposed to cry. Do you agree or you disagree?
I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Boys do not cry. like that.
Oh, no. I'm asking that. Do you agree that boys are also supposed to cry, or boys should not cry? Do you think boys should be permitted to also cry, or boys should not cry at all?
Yes,
Yes, what?
that boys should not be crying always.
Okay, let's hear from Testament.
I agree
That's what?
that boys are supposed to be crying.
Oh, okay. Boys should cry too, right?
Yes,
Okay. Why do you say so?
it's a normal thing of life.
Okay. All right. Pass the microphone to talk by. Let's hear him.
I think that is every. I think that is very common. That is not that much. It's not, the only reason boys should cry is for special cases, like for if you are being misgranted or some stuff or something.
When some things happen to you or something.
Something that you really expect.
Okay. Coach Amanda, that's Monday Candy, would like to hear your view about this, because sometimes, boys, children don't know more than what they are taught, and they get into the world, and, when you have a girl child, a boy child, especially when they are twin, and then you punish them for doing something wrong, and then the girl is going, "Ooh," and then the boy is also crying, and I've heard many parents say, "Oh, no, you're a boy, Joe, you should not cry," and then they permit girl child to cry. What is your take on that?
Well, the boy child is also a child, and so he should also be allowed to express his feelings. It's that thing of being vulnerable. You feel a certain way, you express it. Sometimes you feel pain, really deep pain, you can't hold it in, and then you let it out. Now, it's actually important that a person should be able to express themselves, how they feel, and should be able to let out whatever it is that they're feeling. It helps with their emotional stability and growth. It helps them to be more understanding of themselves. It helps with self-awareness, and it also helps them better improve in their relationships with others. So a person who is open to expressing their feelings that way can build healthy relationships. It also helps them to be more emotionally intelligent. So yes, if a boy child has to cry, when he has to cry, he should let it out.
Amazing. Let's put hands together for Magic Candy. Actually, I also believe that whether you're a boy or a girl, you have emotions. You are a human being. And so what we have common in our society is shutting of boys when they're crying. Don't cry, don't cry. Excuse me, if you're a human being, can I pinch you now, or, punch you and it's painful and you won't cry? Why will it is unfair when we say boys should not cry. Just like you have veins, you have, blood, you have emotions, you eat. Every child, whether a gender of a male or a female, have the right to express themselves. So boys that are here, I know you have said that, no, boys should not be crying. No, I think boys should not cry. Okay, I think boys should cry. It is normal. It's okay for everyone to express themselves, including emotions that are not too, maybe manly. And for crying out loud, has any of you ever experienced a situation where boys are beaten in the class, girls are beaten in the class, and then the girls start laughing at the boys that are crying? Has any of you ever witnessed that?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that is also a wrong thing, because if you beat me now and it hurts, then I should cry. The same thing. Or do you boys wear pampers? You wear diaper on your butt so that when they beat you, you will not feel the pain. Do you always wear anything like that?
No,
So why should you be beaten and you will not be able to express? So I think boys they should also express themselves, even though, and no girl should laugh at them forever expressing themselves. Today is International Boys Child Day, and we are using this opportunity to tell the girls, stop laughing at boys when they cry. Why do you think that is even happening? If I should ask you, what are the things that sometimes the opposite sex, that girls or people do to boys, that you do not like? Let's give you the opportunity to say this so that everybody will hear and adjust and start doing the right thing. What are the things you love to tell people out there from your heart as a yes?
I don't understand, ma'am.
Okay. What I mean is that you're a boy, right? What are the things you think people are doing in the society, in school, in the market square, in the environment, in the public place that you think is not right towards boys? What are the things that you want to tell people to stop doing to boys or boy child in the society?
Some people, if you did not do anything, they will just say that you are the one, and everybody in the class will start be saying that you are the one that spoiled it.
Okay, so
I
that
have
is
a
like
friend
wrong.
that
Okay.
he did not usually spoil anything. So they will not lie to him that he's the one that usually spoil it. The teacher will not be beating him.
Okay, so that is like wrong accusation and assumption. So if I could, paraphrase that or, put that well, Israel is saying that boys should not be assumed wrong. Most times when you have a boy and a girl in a room and something gets spoiled, there is this mindset that it is likely that it is a boy that spoiled that thing. That is wrong assumption, right? So people should stop thinking it's only boys that can be rough. I mean, I've seen girls that play rough more than some boys, right? Very well. So we should stop wrong assumption on boys. Is that what Israel is saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Yes, Testament. What will you say to people out there about the boy gender? What are the things you want to say from your heart to people out there?
I know that it's not good to be lying against people. Like I am, it happened to me. My former school, we were learning the Yoruba of our national anthem. So he now called every class that they should come out and sing the national anthem. So there was now a board in front of us. So there was one girl. She was the first person to go there. I saw her. She pushed the board, and I was the last person to get there. And she lied that it was me. So everybody, including my friends, they said it was me. So the teacher beat me, and it's not right.
And do you think it's because you're a boy that she lied like that?
No,
Why could she have lied?
we are not friends.
Ah, okay. All right. Now, that is not good and it's not fair anyways. That you are not close friend with anyone should not mean you can lie against them or tell people what they didn't do and get them in trouble. That is not good. Okay, so if you've ever done that, or probably because if it is a girl, you could cover it up, or but if it's a boy, you just, accuse them and let them, you know, be in trouble like that. It is not. Okay. We got that right, and I'm sure that girls are also listening. Yes, Tokba, is there anything you'd like to say out there to people about boy child that they should stop doing?
It's about the girls, about their implicating habits. It's always so it's also always so it's always so painful, it's always so implicating. In fact, it makes someone so angry that as if someone should just take knife and cut their head off.
Please, we would not go to that extreme. This is talking about girls. Working with students in school, I see this play out many times. When a teacher says, who has done this? I mean, this is, talk about getting theory right now for that. Has that ever happened to you before?
A lot of times.
Lot of times. And can that also mean that sometimes maybe girls bully boys and accuse them of things that they didn't do?
It used to happen sometimes. It happens.
It happens sometimes. So in celebration of International Boy Child Day, this is boys telling the girls to please. It is not fair when you wrongly accuse boys, and this happens. Trust me, boys are sometimes misunderstood and they are taken to be faulty for every single thing that happens within the four walls of classroom. And that is not fair enough. I mean, you see sometimes girls bullies boys, and especially the tender boys, the ones with small stature, that are not so big, or, having a big stature. And so you see some girls just, rubbish them and like, you shut up your mouth. That is not good at all. And so this is boys telling you girls to stop implicating the boys and stop labeling them as the ones doing the wrong things, even in the classroom. Now, what do you think boys can do? Now, there is also this issue that I've observed about boys, and I want you to talk about it. When you are in the class or you are somewhere and you say, okay, boys, everybody, boys and girls are there, okay, and you now say, I need some people or some students to come and do this. I've observed as well that sometimes boys lay back. They don't come forward to do things. Why is this so? You are boys, and I want to ask why this is so. Why is it that when you get a call and say, okay, everybody, yes, we want you to come and present this, most times girls are the ones that will want to come forth and try. Why do boys always stay back? They are never willing to, most of the time, not willing to participate in things in school or in church or in public places. Why? You are boys. Tell us.
I mean, I think that the reason why those happen the most is because that if the boy should make a silly mistake or something wrong, sometimes the teacher will say, sometimes the teacher will make, sometimes the teacher used to make fun, so used to make jest of
the boys.
Then all of the class will not start laughing. So they will think that if I should do it again like that and I laugh, they will, is it not me that will collect the pay?
Okay, so that is the fear of being made jest of, being laughed at. Yes. So he's saying, Topo is saying that boys sometimes don't want to try because they are afraid of being laughed at. And that is actually a serious thing. You see, look, what makes the world beautiful is the fact that we make mistake and we learn from our mistake. And this is to every child that laughs at, sometimes some children will even laugh. You'll be wondering what is funny about it. They just laugh and as if nothing serious. Anybody can make mistake. Everybody, including even you that you're laughing. So why will you laugh so much to just a mistake that is so minute or so little? Stop laughing anyhow. Anybody that laughs anyhow will be taken to be a mad person. So if somebody makes a mistake, it is not good to just open your 32 teeth or 20 teeth and start laughing at such a person. These are the things that discourages boys from participating when being asked to. So if you want boys to be forthcoming, to be showing up, to be participating in things, then this calls for teachers and whoever are there to please minimize the manner of making jest of boys. It is not good and it is so painful to them. So this is boys. We speaking on behalf of boys that please stop doing that. It is not good. Okay? Tell us the reason you think boys do not participate when they're asked to, unlike girls.
Because they're not serious.
That's another point of view. Expatiate. Tell us more about that. What do you mean by saying they are not serious?
Because I believe girls are smarter than boys.
Hey! Who else believes that? You believe girls are smarter than boys? Why do you think girls are smarter than boys? Who told you that, by the way?
In every way.
Tell us. They have 3 heads and boys have 1, right?
No.
They are born through the nose, but boys are born through the stomach, right?
No.
So what makes them, or is it another person that creates them and then another person creates boys, or tell me why you think girls are smarter than boys?
Girls, they want to learn. Why boys? No.
We're with you.
They are lazy.
Boys can be lazy sometimes. Have you seen any lazy girl before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, but sometimes most boys can be lazy. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma.
Okay, there's a bit of truth in what he has said, a bit. But let Mandy Candy respond.
Okay, now I see that due to genetic makeup, there are things that are more common to the female folks, and there are those that are more common to the men folks, girls and boys. Just like what we're talking about, the boy child being a bit more hyperactive, and he's more likely to be accused of being the one to spoil things or do certain things. So yes, the thing about girl children being more intelligent is not actually true. I think it's just more
Myth.
like a myth. But based on the general genetic makeup, most girl children are a bit reserved, somewhat, and they're more open to learning to things like this. So for the boy child, that because of the playful and a bit more hyperactive nature, they may need a bit more of time and other types of learning, other types of teaching methods to actually be able to catch up. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the level of intelligence. They are both intelligent. They are.
Okay. Yes, thank you for that contribution, Mandy Candy. Like, yes, my own opinion is that every child, any child can be smart. And if you are a boy child and you have believed that you are not smart, then I want you to begin to tell yourself, if you're a boy and you're watching, just say to yourself, say, I am smart. Say that, say that. If you're a boy, come on, say it. Say, I am smart. Say that again. If you're watching, say, I am smart. Yes, you're smart. There is no child because of one gender or the other that should believe that he or she is not smart. You're smart. That you're a boy doesn't mean that you can't be intelligent. There are boys doing great things. We have boys who are inventors. In fact, you know, is that Isaac Newton? Thank you. Far, thank you. Far away, Einstein is also a male. There are lots of boys that are doing great things. So don't ever think you are not smart enough as a boy. I know that sometimes our parents can be so upset with us. They are mad with us and they're like, see your sister. You just like to play, 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 play. Fine. Just like Coach Mandy said, our genetics are different. And so boys tilt towards some activeness than maybe girls sometimes. But that doesn't mean that boys are not intelligent and cannot be smart. So if you're a boy child and you have resolved in your heart that, my sister is smarter than me, I want you to change that notion today. You are smart. You are enough. You are intelligent, okay? Because the thing starts from the mind. If you tell yourself you can do it, you can do it. If you tell yourself you cannot do it, then you cannot do it. So for every boy child watching right now, I want you to tell yourself that you can do it. You are wise, you're intelligent. Girls are not created to be smarter than boys. No. Girls are not created to be intelligent than boys. In fact, when God created everybody, he said everybody was good. We were all good. So you are enough. If the society has told you as a boy that you are not smart, you need to say no to the society and say you are smart. Maybe you're not able to do what you desire to be able to do, but that still doesn't mean you are not smart. In my own opinion, I think that boys sometimes lay back because, like you said, they are afraid of making mistake again. And sometimes also because of this mindset that they are never enough, that they are not smart enough, that they are not intelligent. Let's hear from Israel. Yes.
It is not all boys that usually do it.
Not all boys. Yes, we said most boys actually, not all boys. That's correct.
Some boys, they will be thinking that if they did not get it, that the teacher will talk to them that why don't they get it? And the classmates will be making jest of them.
Yeah, so that still bothers down to making this. Yes, pass the microphone. Yeah.
the fact that they say that the fact that this made of that the boys are thinking that they are not smart, it is called the law of attraction. Is anything that you that comes to your mind, the
That you attract.
frequency, frequency, you are attracting it. Like for example, if you want to change the channel of the TV, you are the person that is changing the frequency. So you have to be on a positive, no, positive mood.
Side.
So it's not a negative mood.
Absolutely. Please put your hands together for him. Yes, he is talking about the power of the mind. You have the remote control of what you think. So as a boy, he's saying that you should not think that you are less. You should not think that you are dumb. You should not think that you are not enough. You should think positive things about yourself. And when you think positive things about yourself, you will become what you think, right?
Yes,
absolutely. Thank you so much for such a wonderful contribution. Yes, I said we're celebrating the boy child, and I want to encourage any parent watching, it's not too late. Say kudos to your boy child. Write a note. Give him a hug. Yes, not only girls deserve a hug, boys also deserve a hug. Take them out. Buy something for them. Just let them know that they are honored, they are valued, and they are loved. Thank you so much, boys, for, coming out today to really share with us this heartfelt points and having this conversation with us. Mani Kandi, you want to round up this segment in a minute?
Yes, this is just a call out to parents, instructors, uncles, aunts, whatever you are in the life of a boy child, you want to include them. We don't want to take them out of things that are being done. It could be in the home, it could be outside. You don't want to think less of them. You want to always make sure that they feel loved, they feel seen,
Yes.
they feel heard. You don't want to make them feel that there is something wrong with them or that they will need to act in a certain way to be accepted by the society. Those toxic masculinity societal expectations need to stop. So we need more people to be more aware of themselves and how they treat the boy children around them. We need more healthy adult males as they grow up, because of course they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely.
We need them better than they are now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you so much, Kandimandi, for that beautiful submission. Yes, it's Boy Child's Day and we're celebrating them. Okay, one more thing before we go. We're going to be playing the game, and this boys right here will be playing that game. But let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll play that game very quickly. We will be right back. I know it was such a lengthy conversation. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on like that. But don't worry, another day is coming. And trust me, we will dedicate that day to the boy child. Thank you so much for sticking by. Unfortunately, our game will have to wait till another time. Apologies. But hey, it will be another time soon. So don't forget to join us on another fresh episode of Kiddies World with Lola. And of course, check us out on YouTube. We have Western Spring Television on YouTube to catch up with all the wonderful programs that we have for you. Until another time, it's Kiddies World with Lola, and Lola is saying bye.